Dort, swing, Hartenstein extra, shot clock is winding down. The jumper goes for Holmgren, a splash to open up play for three. Day in game 4 as Gordon misses on the jumper. Gilgeous-Alexander accelerates and scores. To score and be productive. Murray pops. It's off. In the air, Gilgeous-Alexander, he taps it right to Murray. Missed it, Jokic there for the clean. Shake and bake by Williams, flip it to the open man. Last 20 first quarter threes. Gordon. And they cut it to 4. Holmgren! Jokic would not beat it. On a bounce, Porter one dribble. Dazzle, bounces inside. Gordon lays it in. 18% from 3. Williams lob it up. Harden. Westbrook lines up a 3. Tip it. Wallace accelerating all the way. Nothing going here. Gordon on a turnaround. He's got 35-29 Nuggets. Spin by Holmgren. Back in. Squares and hit. Home with that shot. Jokic with the Murray drive. Murray. There are under 2 minutes to go. First half. Holmgren drive. They cut off SGA initially. That won't stop.
Turnovers from SGA.
Jokic.
4 here for the game.
Up top. Harden.
Just says he wants it to be a little tighter. Wants to
Crew. Murray. Nobody at the rim. And he. 3. Murray turns the corner on Dort. Floats it up and.
Two Canadian national team teammates.
He's going to launch it. Yes! Murray, back in, turnaround. Oh! Off the rim. Caruso flies in. Holmgren! Jokic fake. Jokic drive. Jokic. Rims out. Tip in. No. Jokic! Brother, offensive ability. Drives, gives it up. West. 5%. OKC 47%. Jokic. SGA on the feed. Dort the 3.
It's caused all kind of problems.
Lou Dort. Bigger Jalen on a kick. Lou Dort. Holmgren. Turnaround over Murray. Rims out. Grab the lead. Stop and go. Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein floats it up. Holmgren gets a piece. Jokic. Bounce. Gilgeous-Alexander. We're down to 2:26 to go. Jokic floats it up. Murray. The packet. The fade. Pirouettes. Tosses it up. Dort. Extra. Williams on the way. Cut. Down to 6. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Making big time threes here. The close opponent. They've done that here in the 4th.
Murray drive. Oklahoma City. They come up big.
In the hallowed halls of Oklahoma City's Paycom Center, where the echoes of past legends linger like the scent of aged leather, a new chapter was etched into the annals of basketball lore. The Thunder, a team once defined by youthful exuberance, showcased a maturity that belied their years, orchestrating a symphony of resilience and tenacity that culminated in a 112-105 victory over the Denver Nuggets in Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinals. At the heart of this triumph stood Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the maestro of the Thunder's ensemble, whose 31-point performance was a masterclass in poise under pressure. His evolution from a promising talent to a bona fide leader was evident as he navigated the tempestuous waters of playoff basketball with the calm of a seasoned veteran. Yet, it was not a solo performance. Jalen Williams, with his 18 points and 9 rebounds, provided the harmonious counterpoint to Gilgeous-Alexander's melody. His pivotal three-pointer with just over a minute remaining was not merely a basket, but a statement, a declaration of intent from a team refusing to be overshadowed. The Thunder's resurgence was not without its challenges. Facing a 9-point deficit with 8.5 minutes left, they embarked on a 30-for-219 run, a testament to their collective will and strategic acumen. Lu Dort, often the unsung hero, emerged from the shadows to drain 3 consecutive three-pointers, igniting the crowd and shifting the momentum irrevocably. On the opposing side, Nikola Jokic, the Nuggets' linchpin, delivered a performance for the ages. His 44 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists were a tour de force, a reminder of his unparalleled skill set. Yet, even his Herculean efforts could not stem the Thunder's tide. As the game slipped away, the limitations of a fatigued and shallow Denver rotation became increasingly apparent. This contest was more than a game, it was a microcosm of the Thunder's journey, a narrative of growth, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. As they stand on the cusp of the Western Conference Finals, one cannot help but sense that this is merely the overture to a grander symphony yet to unfold. If the first half of Game 5 was a prelude, the second was Shakespearean. With every pass, a soliloquy, every dunk, a climax, and every whistle, a ghost entering stage left. Oklahoma City wasn't merely winning a basketball game, they were staging a metaphysical drama. It had everything: betrayal of fatigue, redemption from missed layups, and an epilogue still unwritten. The Thunder, now leading the series 3-2, carried themselves not like a team ahead, but like a troop of stoics, men aware that fate is capricious and Denver, no matter how wounded, is still armed with a man named Nikola Jokic. And Jokic, by now, had the look of an exhausted war general, chalk-stained fingers, hair curling from exertion, eyes searching not for teammates but for time itself. But the Thunder would offer him no truce. Instead, Chet Holmgren, the reed-thin enigma from another basketball dimension, played like a man who had read too many Russian novels and decided suffering is a virtue. He tangled with Jokic in the paint, not to dominate, but to endure. His stat line, modest. His impact, spiritual. And then there was Isaiah Joe, yes, that Isaiah Joe, a man who shoots threes with the indifference of a poet mailing rejection letters. He arrived in the fourth quarter like an uninvited guest at a funeral, hitting threes, as if grieving loudly was the only respectful thing to do. At one point, Jokic pulled up from beyond the arc, with the kind of confidence only a man who knows he'll be blamed no matter what can muster. Swish. The arena gasped, not because they were surprised he made it, but because for a moment, they believed in inevitability. The Thunder, though, believed in interference. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander responded not with heroics, but with orchestration. A bounce pass, a mid-range pull-up, a hesitation that turned time into honey. It was then, somewhere in the interstice between Dort's third three-pointer and Gilgeous-Alexander's final dagger, that Denver blinked. Malone, the coach who always seems one sip of coffee away from an existential monologue, called timeouts with the helplessness of a man rewinding a horror movie, hoping it'll end differently. But it didn't. Thunder fans, that peculiar breed of Midwestern philosopher fans who wear thunderbolts on their chests and carry historical grudges about Seattle, began to rise. Not in a frenzy, but as if attending mass. Reverently, they knew this wasn't just a win. This was a pronouncement that youth is not necessarily foolish, and wisdom not always old. When the final buzzer sounded, Jokic looked upward, not in prayer, but in irony. 44 points and still no salvation. He patted Holmgren on the chest, as if saying, "You may not be there yet, but you will be." And Holmgren nodded, not like a rookie, but like someone who already carries his own ghosts. Gilgeous-Alexander, meanwhile, walked off the court not like a man who had won, but like one who had finished a chapter he'd been writing since his Kentucky days. There was no chest beating, no bravado. Just a glance at the scoreboard, a quick hug to Jalen Williams, and a whisper, caught by no microphone, that looked suspiciously like, next. And next it is. For Denver, it's the chasm. For Oklahoma City, it's the summit. The Western Conference Finals loom like a thundercloud, pregnant with the possibility of rain or revelation. And the Thunder, they stand at its edge, not with fear, but with poetry. Because sometimes, in the theater of the NBA, it's not the biggest name that writes the final line. It's the quiet one, the patient one, the one who understands that drama, like destiny, is a game best played with elegance. And Oklahoma City, my friends, has remembered how to dance.